Hi traders, this is Mike Hamilton from TradeTheEasyWay.com. It's Sunday the 5th of September and just looking at the week ahead, we had a really interesting week last week, so the charts are setting up very nicely. Just one thing before I forget, it's Labour Day tomorrow in the US and Canada, so my room won't be open and I will not be trading tomorrow personally, but I will be trading back on Tuesday and opening the room back up at 7:30 Wednesday morning GMT +1. So let's look at these markets. Right, so let's look at the dollar first. Lots of selling here. I thought a week or two ago we were going to bounce off this 50 EMA and go long. Instead we failed. We've got right through the 200 EMA and here we are at 50% fibs from this move down here. So if we can close below this 50%, below 82.12 in the first, obviously it's Labour Day tomorrow on Monday, but if we can close below 82.12 on Tuesday, then I think we're at least going to get right back down to here at 80.4. If we hold here, we could start to move to the upside. This could be negative for the equities and commodities, but on the face of it, it's all selling off nicely. And we've got confirmation of the weekly bar here, so I'll pull back to 82.4 in the weekly, and then I think we'll get back down to here at 80.5, which will be very good for the markets. There's the bonds, proving with a tweezer top on the weekly, proving that we are selling off and looking for these bonds. If these equity markets continue to the upside, looking for the bonds to get down to 118. Gold at 12.48.50. It's got a lot of resistance up here at 12.63. Plenty of room in the RSI for the upside, but we are relatively high in the daily. But this is a consolidation pattern in the daily. If you're not in this, I would stand aside because the RSI being so high, you'll be buying high. If you're long this, I would hold until you get the close below the 8 EMA for confirmation of a top. In the meantime, this is a nice consolidation pattern and looks as if it could break through 1270. If it breaks through 1270, who knows, we could even get up to here at 1421. This is the S&P 500 futures on the daily. Called this on Tuesday night at my monthly traders workshop. If you're not in that, email me. I'll make sure you're there for the next one. Called this move to the 50 EMA. Didn't trade it the next day. Waited to see if we could break above here or if we're going to fade and sell off. We closed above it, so I bought a pullback the next day, just above that moving average at 10.86, and took the profits off under this trendline resistance. So look at this resistance here on the daily. That's massive. That's a big ask to get through here. If we can break up here, this could be very powerful. We could even get right back up to these highs at 1200 plus. One option is to buy a pullback to 10.98. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait to see if we can break above here on Tuesday and then buy a pullback here with the hope of getting up to these highs up here. Plenty of room in the RSI to move to the upside. So I'm going to stand aside, wait and see how we react to this trendline resistance. If we break up through here, buy a pullback as we retest this trendline support and then trade to the upside. If we fail here, I would start to look to shorts below 50 and the 200 EMA. Right, quick look at currencies. Aussie dollar is right up at major resistance here, so if you're not in Aussie dollar, I would stand aside. I wouldn't touch the Aussie dollar. Canadian dollar has a massive move, so a pullback on the Canadian dollar index on the daily to 95.9 would be great. And British pound struggling because of the 20-day moving average above it, but we did close above 3 out of the 4 moving averages, so that is positive. You know, it does look as if the pound can move to the upside from here, but it's not as strong as this one. This was by far the better one to trade on Friday, much cleaner. Now, if you look at the daily on the pound versus the dollar, it's a massive resistance, while this one was breaking up very nicely. Look at this yen. This yen is very strong. Got that touch of 120. No, we didn't quite get the touch of 120, which is what I was looking for. Look at that weekly, a couple of weeks back. inverted hammers, very, very effective for the upside. It's major pullback on Friday, but I think this is still consolidating and could still reach up for the 120 and beyond here. Let's have a look at some of these charts. Aussie dollar yen, not touching it. What I am interested in is this. I like the CAD yen. Look at this weekly chart. Tweezer bottom in the weekly chart. So if we move above 81.5, I think we'll get back to 85.7 or 85.6 in the daily. So I would buy a pullback to 80.76 and see if we can start to get that move to the upside. The other one I like is, of course, the euro pound. I'm long this one from this 50 EMA touch, 83.01. Looking for this to get back to 85.40. Look at the weekly, very, very nice. 85.75 would give us the 50 EMA in the weekly. If you're not long this one, I would stand aside because the RSI is creeping up. Pound, we just talked about how that was struggling. We've got the 80 EMA up here at 155. I would wait and see if we can break out of this, which I think we can. Then I would buy a pullback. Right, the charts I really like are US dollar CAD. Look at this trend line, busted right down through this trend line. I thought we could actually move to the upside. I thought the dollar could actually get bought here. The reverse was the true. I got a stop out on Friday, as I posted on the emails. I'm looking to short the US dollar CAD at 104.26. So a retest of the trendline resistance and the 50 EMA, and looking for this one to get back down to at least 102.26.74 and lower. The other one I like is the euro yen. Let's just talk about the euro US first. We're going to pull back to 128.50. I'll be a buyer looking for 131.88. Last but not least, euro yen. I look at this weekly. I really like this weekly here. Tweezer bottom, high and low on the weekly. I think we get back to 113.47. It's a inverted hammer, which I like a lot, and I think this one could do well. We could break up through there. I think we're going to get up to 118.37. It's a higher low on the daily. We've opened and closed above the 8, so it's very positive. I would buy a pullback above 108.72. I would take half off at 110.87 and see if we can break up. I hope that helps. So it's a day off tomorrow for the US and Canada. My room is back on Wednesday morning. Got my Forex course coming up later in September. My beginners course on the 9th and 10th of October. If you or anybody you know wants to go on that course, let me know. Hope that helps, and talk to you very soon. Thanks, bye.